Hey people, Introduced 53 Faction War. This is Hades Wastes and Space Marines versus Chaos. The blue Space Marine team, ReLegion, is a force commander. Very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support the Black Templars elite scheme in town. Alongside, Friendly Devil with a Techmarine puts out some good damage, fighting in ranged combat by default, can also support with structures and repair. Rounding off the blue team, LimBeiCoronaChan is an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Red Chaos fellas. Siso is a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair Death Guard elite scheme here. Alongside is desked with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Looks like the Word Bearer's DLC scheme recolored. And rounding off the teams, Gipoit with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero whose objects cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee, the World Eaters elite scheme here. They are on the east side, up against the Apothecary, some Khorne worship for +2 speed. Nobody's moving now though. Maybe he thinks it gives faster capping or something. Heretics taking a bunch of unnecessary damage. A little bit off with their positioning there. Over on the west side, where there's a contested victory point, Force Commander is in amongst some chaos stuff. Lots of dead heretics. Oh, they didn't get away. Siso losing their heretics here. They do have double Chaos Space Marines now. Plague Champion also needs to flee. Over to the mid, it's Sorcerer versus Techmarine. Doombolt's messing up those tacks. The Doom Blast was a bit early, but they did kill a Marine. Can they get another? Got them very low. Techmarine now backing the hell off because they're going to be tied up in melee and stuff. Heretics got a Doom Blast on the scouts, made them run. Techmarine shooting the Heretics all the while. Here comes the Force Commander out of nowhere with a flank, and everything runs for desked. They had almost full health tax on them with a Force Commander. Meanwhile, the second CSM squad for Siso just got the Eternal War upgrade. See those Chaos insignias around their bolt guns, also the plus indicator on their icon. 20% more damage in both melee and ranged combat. Great upgrade, 15 power. And we got some replacement heretics. I mean, losing your starting heretic squad before any upgrades isn't a disaster. Just 210 wreck or something to replace. And they're back out on the field with some Nurgle worship for health regen. Back on the east side, heretics and CSM in melee with some tactical marines. Oh, those CSM actually didn't get into melee. They could have maybe took another model if they did. Maybe also have their Eternal War. Someone's fallen over. It's the Force Commander. Scouts taking a bunch of damage. Double Eternal War CSM with their bolt guns will rip apart scouts pretty quickly. They have shotguns. They do have shotguns, so they'll be looking to get close to engage. Also, these guys with shotguns for Friendly Devil. Friendly Devil with an assault squad. ReLegion with an assault squad. So maybe we'll see some Plague Sword action or something from the Plague Champion to counter. Got the Mucus Dischargers, some Noise Marines as well for desked. With those Sonic Blasters making a racket, doing tons of damage. Doombolts wipes the scouts alongside the Sonic Blaster there. And those guys had the shotguns we saw. So that was a really nice wipe for desked. Assault squad having to jump out. These Sonic Blasters doing area of effect damage, also shutting down ranged attacks. And that includes like grenade throws and things. So they're really good against scouts. Scouts take a bunch of damage from them and basically can't do anything. So you don't really want to send them into melee. Scouts here with their Sergeant now for ReLegion. You need to be careful. Lots of bolt guns all of a sudden with desked CSM and the double CSM of Siso. No Eternal War for Desk though. They spent their early power on those Noise Marines. And Heretics with an Aspiring Champion for Siso. Desks also have an Aspiring Champion. Doombolts flying in. Didn't do a huge amount there. I think the Kraken Bolts popped by the Tactical Marines, giving them 20% damage to heavy infantry for 10 seconds, which is what Chaos Space Marines are. Assault squad jump in. Cacophony knocks them back from the Noise Marines. And Apothecary taken out by a Heretic Aspiring Champion there. Getting stabbed repeatedly with a chainsaw. That's pretty cool. Sorcerer's going to fall. Plague Champion needs to be careful, but now he's brought out the Plague Sword. As I like to call it, the Sword of Undeath. I think they should rename it to that, surely. Come on now, fellas. Gives a actually decent plasma pistol at 13 DPS. I don't know why. I've said this already. I don't know why it just can't do as much DPS as the bolt pistols do. Yes, it's plasma, but that's the point. It's not meant to be as effective as a bolt pistol against heavy infantry. It's meant to be more effective. Give it some more DPS, damn it. It's meant to be a scary thing, a plasma pistol. Maybe you need to up the cost of the weapon if you do that, but fair enough. Raptors on the way for Siso. More Chaos Space Marines for Desked. Friendly Devil having a rough time. Lost their scouts as we saw earlier. They are replacing them now, but they also lost some Marines. Not a full squad, but losing models of Marines can really set you back in economy. Cost a lot to reinforce. 75 rec to reinforce a single tactical Marine, whereas Heretics, for example, are 12 each. Even Chaos Space Marines are pretty damn good value at 66 per model, I think. Not that tax are bad value at 75, but 66 seems pretty nice for those CSM. Apothecary now has the customized Storm Bolter and Purification Rites. You just saw a Purification Rites heal there, or was that a shotgun blast? That might have been a shotgun blast, actually. Apothecary in trouble. Big trouble, goes down. Heretics got on him quick with the Sonic Blaster of the Noise Marine, shutting down his customized Storm Bolter there. 398 to 410. Tier 2s for Desk and Gipoit. How's it been going on that east side? Well, Gipoit got a decap. Oh, it's actually Desk's Heretics over here. Some cacophony Noise Marine action. Looks like Desk was helping out on the east side. There's a revive for ReLegion, getting the Apothecary back to his feet. And they just healed these assault squad fellas. Raptors jumping into a relatively dicey spot. There's a bunch of stuff on retreat path. Those tactical Marines should have gone into melee there. They've still got 2 models off them though, and there's more assault Marines in retreat path. Can they jump? Oh, they should have jumped. They might have finished them off. 374 to 410. That was Siso getting a bit overeager with their Raptors there. I mean, they have 50 less hit points than Assault Marines, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is. It adds up a lot when you jump into dicey situations like that in a 3v3, especially Plague Champion is now level 2. Over on the west side, it's turning blue. This Plague Sword ignores melee resistance, which is an amazing trait to have. The only weapon in the game that does that, as far as I know. Drop pods with tactical Marines inside for ReLegion. Pop in their Kraken bolts to look pretty. Doesn't do any extra against a Plague Champion. And they're sent packing by the might of the Emperor there. On the power is Friendly Devil. Doom bolts from way downtown. A good hit on those tactical Marines. And we got some Mark of Zinc CSM already for Desk, with those Inferno bolts tearing apart heavily armored troops. Is that double Mark of Zinc CSM? Oh, this Desk, they only have one CSM. They have 2 CSM, yeah, double Mark of Zinc CSM. Just wiping some Assault Marines there. Those are ReLegion's Assault Marines while I was fumbling around with the CSM. We just got shot to death by Mark of Zinc. Some Heretics were in there too. And they can really pack a punch focused on a hero as well. Mastercrafted Bolter in play for the Techmarine. High-powered shots, pretty nice. Got some Bionics as well. So quite a lot of anti-melee stuff on this Techmarine here. I guess high-powered shot is kind of anti-everything. Just a big burst of damage, but you use it for that suppression primarily on demand. Raptors for Siso have their aspiring champion, and he gets that pretty metal-looking Demon Wall, which is that's what I call it. I don't know what the official name for that thing is. 342 to 366, 2-to-1 cap for the Space Marine team. They've got a Dreadnought on the way thanks to Friendly Devil. Gipoit with a Chaos Dreadnought up. Autocannon equipped. Chaos Lord himself is down though, in a reasonable place to get revived. No one's trying to yet though, I don't think. Where is the Sorcerer even? Oh, they're going to it. They're going to get that revive there. Dreadnought's just pushing forward kind of blindly. He needs to be careful. Big fella to be careful. Heretics sticking close by. Those guys can repair. Also, of course, worship Khorne for +2 speed on that thing. Sorcerer going to get the revive on the Chaos Lord. Is it going to level them? It's not, unfortunately for them. ReLegion's got some Stone Guard veterans on the field. First Company Tactical Marines that can change their ammo to combat all targets. Dreadnought here is Friendly Devils in its default melee state, and they got some more attacks up with a drop pod, I guess. I don't know where the drop pod is unless they were already out and I'm blind, which is entirely possible. What's going on east side? They now have seen the Dreadnought, well, at least LimBei has. Assault squad leveling and jumping in. Level 2, these fellas, they do have Thunder and Lightning, so they have a Melter Bomb. There's that Purification Rites heal as well. Dreadnought spotting that, yet they have the Melter Bomb, I think, backing off a bit. Taking las cannon shots, though. Was that a direct hit on the Heretics there? CSM backing off the Assault Squad. They do have their Aspiring Champion, so they could pop Slaughter and draw their Chainswords. And they run off. Tier 3 for Desked. On the west side now, we have a teleporting Force Commander with Thunder Hammer, ready to ruin the day of all infantry that's surrounded. Artificer armor, and there's the teleporter back. It's a pretty expensive loadout, this, for the Force Commander. Needs to do some work with it. They've started well. 305 to 349. Trying to focus him down here is Siso. It's a good shout. Get him out of there, and they've got him out. Stern Guard getting caught out of position, but they'll be okay. We got Missile Launcher Tactical Marine Squad here for ReLegion, and the Dreadnought has got itself an Assault Cannon equipped. Cheeky grenade there. Those Heretics basically had to retreat or suffer heavy losses. These guys trying to bash power. Stone Guard Veterans for Friendly Devil with Vengeance rounds loaded in. Good versus vehicles, structures, and super heavy infantry. It's a full bash. 2-1 for Blue Space Marine team. Midway point of the map looking pretty blue. They also have this stolen from the Chaos side. Lots of power coming in. Assault Cannon Barrage did some work there, but Nurgle Worship makes everything okay. Level 2 Plague Champion now has Armor of Pestilence, 305 to 316. Lots of Mark of Tzeentch goodness on those Assault Squad fellas. Did they get any marks over here? Yes, Siso also has double Mark of Tzeentch. Gipoit also with Mark of Tzeentch. Gipoit, I don't know how to say that. Decent mid-map authority here for Space Marines. They have something on all sides. Las Cannon setting up on the east. The west is swarming with Friendly Devil stuff. And here's that Force Commander back again. Desk doesn't really have a way to deal with the Dreadnought, so just backs off it for now. They might go for the power through the mid, try to draw one of these players around. Nope, here comes Siso. Gonna push from two sides. Force Commander's already really low. Blastmaster Noise Marines almost got a really good hit. Raptors jumping in to a potentially rough area. Lots of suppression on landing, of course, and the Assault Squad white with Touch of Nurgle on the Raptors. Awesome stuff. That's a global ability for the Plague Champion. Target unit models explode on death, dealing heavy damage and knocking back foes, also healing nearby allies, and the damage scales off the health of the model. So put it on Raptors, you get a big boom. Big old boom. Yeah, Friendly Devil had a really rough time. Holy crap. Lost all of the infantry there. That was deadlier than I thought. Chaos fellas hitting back hard. Now there's some Chaos Terminators on the field for Desk. And that's marked target from Signum Armor on the Terminators. It didn't take much damage with it though. Look at the Mark of Tzeentch. Need a Whirlwind or Plasma Cannon or something, but how does Friendly Devil recover here? They could try Devastators. Raptors will jump them, but then he could just like put the Dreadnought on melee. Also use Bionics to knock them away. Trying to get revive is the Force Commander. Plague Champion just taking hits. Goes to try to infect the power with his Plague Sword. A decent barrage. But look at these Las Cannon fellas up here now all of a sudden. With Mark of Tzeentch. And the Chaos Las Cannon has no wind up, it just goes boom. Then you get the cooldown time, of course. Uh-oh. Mark of Tzeentch. CSM just tearing apart some Devastators there. The Space Marine team have kind of capitulated in the last 2 or 3 minutes. What a push from Chaos. Can they come back? They are all tier 3, and the Chaos fellas aren't. Plague Champion barely makes it out alive thanks to that Thunderhammer. Mark target on the Raptors. That could be a really bad jump, but they do have the energy to jump out. They're level 2. Really helps out Raptors. They've got a 60 energy jump, I think. 287 to 265. Single now for Chaos. But they're going to get a triple. It might be a brief triple, but they'll get a triple. There it is. Should even them up quite quickly. Doombolts is pretty damn effective there. Advanced healing keeps those attacks going though, thanks to armor of the Apothecary. And now some Terminators in for LimBeiCoronaChan. ReLegion with a Vanguard Veteran squad. Power weapons for all, including a Lightning Claw and a Thunderhammer in there. They'll get their natural back. But can they get back onto the west side? This is still blue for Space Marines though, that's not bad. And I don't think... Oh, there we go. I was going to say I don't think they've been bashed through the mid, but they're all just being repurchased there, so they definitely got super bashed. Probably was Dest before Dest went onto the VP there. The Dreadnought still lives for Gipoit. Got the Marco Zinch missile launcher in there, and more CSM on the way apparently. Siso goes tier 3. Friendly Devil, what are you going to get on the field, buddy? Where are their resources gone? They've got a refractor field. They've got nothing to reinforce. Did they get something up and it already died? I don't think so. I think that drop pod was old. Oh, they just went tier 3, I guess. That's where the resources went. 203 to 261. Vanguard Veterans doing what they can, but this is a lot of stuff to take on, and there's Chains of Torment. Are they going to make it out? Heretics giving chase. Oh, it's very close, but I think they're going to be okay. I think they're trying to Doom Blast and get them there. Now some Marines in a bad place, getting turned into zombies thanks to that Plague Sword, and now Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators in play for horrendously tough power melee DPS. This is a bad jump, fellas. Look how quickly they lose health with those Lightning Claws there. Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators getting a decent hit on infantry. That's a good barrage as well. That's a good barrage. Get another one of those fellas, maybe. That's going to get a shot in. Techmarine is repairing. Where's the suppression? There it is. Came a bit late. Yeah, the Lightning Claw Terminators will tear apart those Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators pretty quickly. Teleporting away. Plague Champion still over here. Runs away in the end. West side turning red again. 203 to 227. What's going on the east side, man? CSM taking the eastern contested power back. Gipoit with Lightning Claws of his own. Also getting Armor of the Inferno. For some fire. Space Marines are going to take it back. You know what? It's a decent little force here. LimBei coming to help out the west side. Recognizing the threat on the contested VP here, and recognizing perhaps that Friendly Devil was depleted. But they got a tank on the way and a decent amount of resources banked after that. They could get their own Terminators or something. Or drop a Venerable Dreadnought to fight those Lightning Claw Terminators maybe. I'd love to see that. Chaos Lord. Trying to cap. It's going to die here. Stayed there a bit too long, Gipoit. Now the Dreadnought needs to move. Does the Frenzied Barrage. There's the rocket, Cyclone Rockets from the Terminator squad. Last Master also gets jumped. Double jumped. Oh, but none of them smacked him. They all went to the Dreadnought. They're trying to get this Dreadnought down. Sternguard Veterans. They don't seem to have their Vengeance rounds loaded in. I think there was their Kraken bolts loaded in. Missile launchers getting shots though. Dreadnought might have made it out, and it might have been because Gipoit used the Malignant Blindness Global to temporarily blind everything there for a second. You may have noticed. 174 to 227. Lightning Claw Terminator is doing their thing. Tearing apart the Force Commander. Vanguard Veterans do not want this fight. Being demoralized by the kills that those Terminators make as well. Yeah, that was a Such a risky jump. Are they going to get away with it? I think they maybe have got away with it, unless those CSM focus them down. They got out of there. Something just exploded. Was that Havocs or something? Might have been Havocs. I don't see any more Havocs around, that's for sure. There's the marked target on the Terminators, and they don't like it. They teleport out. We have a las cannon predator tank to fight a dreadnought, I guess. Dreadnought's been really good, level 3 with the dark age of technology now. Plus 300 hit points and some boost to its inspiration stats. Blastmaster kills a loyalist marine. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for ReLegion and a Phobos for Siso. Vanguard veterans trying to kick off the fight, but look at the amount of firepower they eat as soon as they do it. A Land Raider will really help here, potentially. And a Land Raider always helps. 126 to 227. There's an orbital. Everything retreats. They weren't super well placed. Generally, you want to spread them out, the orbital beams, so that things get knocked into the other beams, kind of thing. 116 to 227. Something's on the west side. It is ReLegion stuff. Another Land Raider Phobos on the way for Desk. And Friendly Devil also getting a Land Raider Redeemer. Here is ReLegion's twin linked assault cannon, multi-melter, and those big flamestorm cannons on the side sponsors. Also allows you to reinforce off it, retreat back to it, and get inside of it, also giving some health regen. It's like a mobile base bristling with guns. Massive boon to a 3v3. Gonna sit on that Western VP. All 3 Space Marine players getting a Land Raider Redeemer here. This tank needs repairs quite badly. Nothing there can repair. Why is it going so far forward here? What is it up to? Stay back, buddy. You need some repairs. 108 to 205. That Dreadnought also too far forward for my liking. Techmarine was busy getting a decap alongside the Force Commander. Nicely done. Got to pounce on those decaps whenever you can in this situation. They got a double now, the Space Marines. They have recovered. They're about to have 3 Land Raiders on the field. Here's the first Phobos for Siso. Very different from Land Raider Redeemer. Doesn't have as much hit points for a start. Only 2,000, which is quite low for a Land Raider. It's got very dangerous las cannons, also the Dirge caster ability, and these days it counts as a demon, so you can worship this fella and it will get massive benefits. Orbital thrown in. It's a decent one. Very decent one. Big hits there. And they can't reinforce off that Phobos. Here's an Imperial Abyss from Desk. Doing some good work against those Vanguard veterans, I think. It's also dragged the Apothecary in. And there's a second Phobos using the Dirge caster. It stuns nearby enemies and then debuffs them, meaning that they do less damage, I believe. It's a pretty good debuff. And if you can chain it together, like a stun and then a stun. Here's the second and third Land Raider Redeemers. It's a Land Raider fight, and there's a Imperial Abyss from Siso, Nurgle flavoured, which is very tasty. Can they cap? Terminators are trying to cap. They're being pushed off it by the Land Raider. Phobos chasing with its big old las cannons. Here comes a Predator though with las cannons of its own. Looks like it's got away. Got Chaos now swarming the west side again. Look at this fella. LimBei being quite aggressive with their Land Raider. Taking out some heretics with Aspiring Champion and grenades. Sackfire missile launcher time for Friendly Devil. Didn't really hit that great. Phobos able to move away. That Land Raider needs repairs badly. Techmarine is here, but he can't repair everything. Well, he could if they use Blessing of the Omnissiah, which they perhaps should here. Maybe it's on cooldown. I think it's 125 red, maybe it's 150, and they can't do it yet. 2-1 for Space Marines. They have both the naturals. They've done a good job switching their focus when they need to, the Space Marine team. Phobos chasing down that tank. We got missile launch attacks there. The Stern Guard seem to permanently be using... There we go, now they've switched to Vengeance rounds. They seem to be just using Kraken bolts forever since they were dropped in. That was a good Blastmaster shot there. Meanwhile, towards the east side, Marines are dying in droves because of Marco Zink CSM. Look at that infiltrated Phobos there getting shots. Vanguard veterans jump now. Trying to tie up those Marco Zink CSM. Twin linked assault cannon doing work. Desked. Getting a bit too close to that other Land Raider. Meanwhile, more Vanguard veterans jumping in. Where's the Plague Champion? Force Commander's down. Subjugated Terminators here. Subjugated by the Sorcerer being gotten into a bunch of trouble. Oh, they're using their Cyclone Missile Launcher though to shoot the crap out of that Phobos. Look at the damage it did. Now they might die though, because I assume Desk used the teleport and stuff. And more Chaos Terminators hit the field. What a fight. There's that Frag Assault. The Predator still lives. The Phobos still lives. All Land Raiders are alive, right? Yes, there were only 2 Phobos. Those Chaos Terminators that came in were Gipoits. 85-85. Double cap here for the Space Marines. Everyone's kind of wreck-starved on the Space Marine team. They can't really get new units up. Maybe triple Land Raiders was too many Land Raiders. Maybe 1 is enough. And you use your other population and resources for some other things. But we'll see. Certainly doing the job here. They got a single cap. There's an orbital. Looks like that Predator goes into death. Was trying to get on this tank here. This Chaos Predator for Siso. Are they going to get the Dreadnought? Dreadnought lives, and the west side stays red. Can they get their natural back? They're trying to. Lightning Claw Terminators for Gipoit. Desk has 2 Terminator squads now. Second one getting the autocannon. 85-51, 1-to-1 cap. Red team are going to get a 2-to-1 here. There's another Imperial Abyss from Siso. Forcing the Land Raider forward a bit. Those Chaos Terminators took tons of damage, but they did live. Did those... Oh, I don't think those Vanguard veterans lived, you know. Or whatever they were. I think they wiped. I don't think they got inside the Land Raider. Because LimBei doesn't have any now. Down goes that tank. Missile launcher getting it done. Stone God having to run. They retain the west side though, the Chaos fellas. There's subjugated Terminators now. Being teleported into danger. Lightning Claw Terminators are escaping though. They're so low. They don't want to take that fight. Autocannon fellas just pushing up and shooting the crap out of things. There's one way to use Terminators. Just run at things and shoot. Looks like these guys are going to get away. There wasn't anything super dangerous to get them back up, says LimBei. 49-51. 2-to-1 for the Chaos fellas. Capping mid now. By mid, I mean that wreck point. Rod of Warpfire in for the Sorcerer. Level 8. And all sorts of shenanigans. Plague Champion runs away, level 5. 38-51. Do the Space Marines have another push in them? It's the Force Commander trying to cap. Oh, teleports in. Knows that they can't cap with the Blastmaster there. So just goes mental. Absolutely livid. Might have created some space for tax to cap though. 26-51. You have to cap, fellas. They are busy shooting right now. Well played, Force Commander. Gets stunned by Dirgecaster. Those tacks have to cap, surely. They're trying to now. 16-51. Space Marines have to push all over the map. Force Commander goes down, but fought heroically. Vanguard veterans now have their heavy melee power fist, but that was Chains of Torment from the Sorcerer. 13-51 here. Space Marines get the 2-to-1 back. Here comes the Land Raider. It is taking damage, but There's a Techmarine there as well. Don't think I've seen Blessings of the Omnissiah used. Those guys are being repaired by units, those Land Raiders. I didn't actually see ReLegion's Land Raider go down, but it went down. It certainly went down. 13 to 33 on the VPs. Bloodletters with a late shout from Siso. That is a regular Chaos Predator there for Desk. Cyclone Missile Launcher misses the vehicles but disrupts the crap out of the Sorcerer. How close is this? 13-11. Double cap for Space Marines. They're going to get their natural back, but can they get anything else? I don't think they can. Space Marines are going to take it with a late swoop on the VPs there. That was so close. That was such a timing thing. That Chaos just regrouping for a second, but then he realized I don't have time to do it. Level 6 Force Commander here for ReLegion down at the end with that heroic push, which opened up the cap on this side. Techmarine level 6 and down, busy repairing stuff, and their first Dreadnought survived. Look at him go, level 4. Had another Dreadnought at the end there. LimBeiCoronaChan's Apothecary level 9. Big heals coming out. Lake Champion level 5, trying to get the fist up at the end to cap with. Sorcerer level 9, with lots of Sorcerer shenanigans. In fact, he doesn't even want to show up for the end of the game. Oh, there he is. And a level 4 Chaos Lord. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Big thanks to the players for taking part in a faction war sent in by Desk. Not sure if they were running a lobby specifically, or maybe it all just came together as a faction war. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.